Hello everyone, welcome back to FOOTBALLBREHZ, a platform where we discuss, debate and banter each other. My name is DOS and I'll be your host for today's show. It is 2021 and we're entering the second half of the season. And back with us, we have Liverpool fan Isha, we have Spurs fan Ben, and we have Arsenal fan Kemal. And what we wanted to do with this show is we wanted to look at all the matches that happened over the past holiday break and just see for these quick matches who did well, who did not. Because as we know, during this time of the run, a lot of teams drop points, a lot of teams need to utilize their squads in order to come out strong out of this run. So we're gonna first of all go to, well actually before we go anywhere, guys, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you let us know what you want us to discuss about and we will make sure we discuss that. Alright, let's go to first of all Arsenal fan Kemal. He wasn't there in the last episode that we did. Welcome back, Kemal.
He ran away.
Man had to just go and buy a new kit. Oh, you ain't got this. Don't watch that.
It's interesting.
Don't talk.
It's interesting you weren't there when Arsenal lost the North London derby. But anyway, first game was actually losing. First game was losing 2-0 to Spurs. Then straight after that was another loss to Burnley.
Yeah, when was that? What was the date? 2020?
Well,
bruv, we're on 2021 now. Let's move on. Oh, let's go.
Let's 2021, yeah.
Man's on 2021, bruv.
Let's get to 2021.
What's happening now?
Come on. Let's get to 2021. We're getting there.
You've only played one game this year, bruv. Chill out.
Right now, people were actually talking about the possibility of Arsenal fighting a relegation battle and everything. It got really bad. So, first of all, how did you feel at that time? And then back-to-back losses like that, how were you feeling?
Well, it's the worst we've ever been in 50 odd years since 19. I don't even know. It's the worst we've ever been, but we're slowly starting to climb back up.
But when you
know what's funny? Don't talk. He wasn't invited into the conversation. Do you know what's funny? Kadus, that Chelsea guy, we're only 3 points behind Chelsea, and people say it's the worst time Arsenal's ever had.
Well, we're gonna get there.
Focusing on my team, but a lot of people was talking about my team. I haven't finished. I wasn't on the show. It's time for me to talk. All I want to say, we battered Chelsea, and these mans were talking about maybe potentially winning the league.
Come on,
you guys are having a flipping moment.
Come on, there's a timeline.
Okay, sorry, I apologize.
So we're gonna get to the Chelsea game.
Shit.
You lost against Spurs. You lost against Burnley. You drew against Southampton. So we were thinking something was coming back up. Then you lost to Everton.
Okay.
Did better against Southampton and Brehz.
So these were the games. These were the games where you guys were struggling. What do you think? Why do you think you were struggling like this?
Hold on. Then we battered Chelsea.
Why was you struggling like
Brighton.
this? Okay, come on.
Stop skipping. Go back. Why were you struggling?
And then 4-0. Some people couldn't even beat West Brom by the way in this group.
Let's move from Arsenal then, since Kemal.
No. I'm ready.
He doesn't want to discuss his team. Let's move on from Kemal.
Come on, can you be serious for a second, bro? Just tell us why.
Are you gonna talk?
I'm here. I'm ready.
Alright, cool. So let me ask that question again. Those first 4 negative results, I mean the draw with Southampton, you could say maybe was a good
shocking
point.
It was terrible. No, it wasn't shocking.
So what was the issue? What was the issue with Arsenal?
Team selection. We all know what the problem was. The team selection.
So all that
time Aubameyang. He keeps playing Aubameyang. I don't know why he's playing Aubameyang. I've told you guys a long time. Please, I told you guys a long time he should have been dropped. Didn't listen. There's no creative.
So your star striker is the problem.
Stop talking. Why are you getting involved for it, please? He's just on a bit of a down at the moment. Harry Kane goes missing all the time. Yeah, Harry Kane pretends he's got an injury because he knows he can't score. Okay, so don't talk. Yeah, and then he gets a lucky penalty and scores. Okay,
true story. Keep going.
So there was a problem.
True story here, please.
In the
please
club,
don't.
Yeah? Team selection weren't really working. Arteta, he's only got 6 months for me. The only reason we started doing well is because of injuries and COVID. That he brought in the youngsters that started,
so you went
some excitement around the club. It's luck.
So you went from Arteta out
Hold on.
I didn't say Arteta out. I said he has 6 more months.
I know you said Arteta out.
You said Arteta out.
6 more months.
You said
I'm
Arteta
pretty
out.
sure you
6
gave
more
him a big
months.
You
One,
said
2, 5, 6.
Arteta out. Hey,
Wow, are you telling me you're
Rewind.
a flip flopper, bro?
Get the comments,
know that
Get in
term.
the comments.
I don't know that
If you
term.
don't remember what this guy said, link it in the
man
comments.
said Arteta out
know the
with
truth.
tears
Okay,
in
so
his
come on.
eyes.
Okay, come on. So you're saying one of the biggest reasons was team selection, Arteta being very
Too defensive play. We're going at home and he's playing 3 at the back. There's no creativity in the midfield. There was a lot of problems. Just keep on playing William. This joke, Brehz, from dead arse Chelsea.
Okay.
There was a lot of problems. Yeah?
I get you. But then giving Arsenal credit in a way, that the next game they were coming
luck,
up
a
was
little
against Chelsea. And Chelsea, everybody was saying Arsenal
Not
were going to
everybody.
get battered.
Not everybody.
Not everybody was saying Arsenal was going to get battered?
Well, you joke, Brehz was saying it,
Talking
but
about
you know,
themselves.
the
But,
Arsenal ones had a
hold
little
on,
bit of
Kemal, what was your prediction on the Arsenal game?
a draw.
Okay, so you didn't even believe you were gonna win.
No, I thought it was a draw.
All right.
That's why I said a draw.
All right, so you had a little confidence that Arsenal were going to do something that game.
Yeah, point. Yeah, of course.
Okay, but if
But
that
you
didn't
took all
happen,
3.
you actually took all 3. So
All
that
3,
must
1,
have
2, 3.
that must have given you guys confidence, because after Chelsea's game, you beat Brighton away 1-0.
On the way up, isn't it?
And you
know,
beat
we've gone
West
from
Brom
15th
4-0.
to 11th. It's incredible. Oh, the West Brom performance was absolutely. Let me tell you about West Brom. It
That
was like
was killer.
Wenger-esh.
That was a good performance,
The,
yeah.
the Saka goal was Wenger-esh.
Yeah, that
the
was
way
a good
they
goal.
walk it into the goal, incredible.
Yeah, that was
Tierney's goal.
beautiful.
Oh, this guy's
I
incredible.
agree with you fully. That was a great goal. That goal, especially. Do you think?
Can I
Lot
just
to the
ask
club.
something,
Tell you that
Kemal?
them players were just on their knees,
Come on.
and we don't even have Partey either. You know, I know Isha's going to talk about injuries very soon, about how many players Liverpool don't have. But Arsenal don't even have Partey.
No. You can't compare your little one.
Partey. Man said
Like,
Partey.
What do you mean one injury? What do you mean one injury,
Who
bro?
else has been out
Where
with you
is
guys?
this guy?
Martinez been out. I hold the back.
Who?
Our defense is Martinelli.
You did not say that about Ego.
What?
You said
all of
Martini.
a sudden.
Man called Martinelli an alcohol drink. Okay, you're right. Martinelli has been out. Actually, he's a
Okay,
big
our
loss.
defense.
You're right.
Our
You're right.
defense.
Who?
Our defense was a problem.
Who?
David
Who's
Luiz.
missing?
So now David Luiz is good, even though you don't want him in the team.
Hold on. He's experienced. And
Hey,
there's
it's come
issues
back.
sometimes.
It's come
The back 4. Why are you even leaving for? You're funny, bro, man. Take off your sunglasses and let me see your eyes. Okay. So there was a problem with the defense.
So you
Every
think?
single week
So you
there was
think
someone
you're?
new. We had red cards. We had Shaka just doing whatever.
Yeah, but that's your fault. That's not your team's fault.
But there was
That's
problems
not.
in the club. Red cards. Then you got anyway.
Man said that we're talking about injuries, man bringing red cards in the game.
Okay, Kemal. Just to round up Arsenal's.
Let's
So
round it up.
are you optimistic about the
David
future
Luiz,
of Arsenal,
bruv.
or do you think these results are plastering over cracks? Like, are you feeling optimistic that because for me, I can see it in a way as, like this is happening at the worst
Arsenal
time
not
for
back.
Arsenal.
Arsenal are not back. I'm not saying Arsenal are back, but the style of football that I was seeing, I'm more happy with.
Are you not
Because before I
concerned
was-
that the style of football is mostly from your youngsters?
That's what I'm happy about. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah,
So-
but do you think they can sustain that?
No,
For me, it's not even about sustaining. I think it happened at the wrong possible time for Arsenal, because the January transfer window is open now, and maybe they may think that we
hold
don't
on,
need to sign
hold
anyone.
on.
Well, so they can
Yeah,
get
was
another
Arsenal really
payment
going to
back.
sign in January? Let's be real. Who does Arsenal ever really sign in January? We don't really sign.
I mean, you signed
anyone.
Ozil in January. You signed Aubameyang, I think,
No,
in January.
We never signed Ozil in January,
Yes,
bro.
didn't you?
No, we didn't.
Are you sure, bro?
I could swear like Ozil came in the last day in the January transfer.
Hey, comment below.
in the
if
transfer.
you
Nah, it was summer.
No.
There was summer
Was it
transfer.
Summer
summer?
transfer,
Was it
bro.
summer? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it
The
was the
game's
end
already
of summer.
started. The game's
Okay.
already started, and
Okay.
then we signed him on the last day.
Okay, fair enough.
Somebody needs
Okay.
to get their facts
Hey,
straight.
what happened to that player that you're meant to get? Is it Saliba?
Saliba, no, we have him. He's going out on loan.
So basically, he's dead. That's what
He's,
you're saying.
he's actually a
Dead.
very good football player. I've seen him play. He's very good. He's just he had a little family issues. Both of his parents passed away, unfortunately, and he's having he needs to go home.
Fair enough. Okay, all right. Let's move on from
Everyone went
Arsenal.
silent there, innit? Then you didn't have nothing to say.
So Kamal's happy. So you're happy right now. You're optimistic about Arsenal going forward in the season.
No, I just believe the only way is up.
Do you
We're
know?
not going
Let me
down
tell you.
anymore.
Let me tell you.
That's because you're at the bottom of the table.
Let me tell you
There's
the
nowhere else
reality.
you can
Let
go.
me tell you the reality. The
What 2
reality
points? Hold on,
is
hold on.
Chelsea were playing shit, and we've seen that from their last result. Yeah, and it's got Arsenal gassed up. because
No, that's incorrect. That's
Okay.
incorrect. Chelsea
Wait
started
till
off the
you
season
face-
shit. Chelsea started shit. Then they had a few good run, and now they've gone back to their usual self.
Okay. But
Yes,
now
Chelsea
you might
always
beat
been dead out
Chelsea and
here.
you might feel like you can beat anyone, but we'll
I
see.
didn't speak when we beat Chelsea, did I?
Okay.
All right.
I
Let's
have nothing to say.
Let's let's taking that into account. Let's move on to Liverpool
You're welcome.
right now, because Liverpool kind of is like the opposite.
Man said you're welcome.
Listen, Liverpool is kind of like the opposite effect of what happened to Arsenal in a way. You guys started off the winter matches, as we would say, the holiday matches. You guys started off well in that. And
Ish,
then
where's
it
my
just
money, bro?
Gradually got worse. Like you guys beat Wolves 4-0. I mean, that's a very impressive result at home to Wolves 4-0.
Battered them.
Then you drew with Fulham, which was so weird. You drew 1-1 with Fulham.
Mad.
Then you beat Spurs 2-1, which was a good last
Lucky.
minute winner. Last minute
Lucky.
winner.
Lucky.
And then you beat Palace 7-0 away, probably one of the results of the season. So what is going on with Liverpool? And that was where your winning stopped.
You gotta need more bottles, boy.
Because I know, Isha, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna probably say, the defense and
He's gonna say
we've got
injuries.
defense out and-
We've got no one in
To be honest,
defense.
it's more than that. I feel it's more than that. I feel like you haven't been the same since you guys knew
Trent
you won
dead.
the league.
Exactly.
You know?
Tell them.
Do you know what? For me, right? I know exactly what Brehz you're gonna say.
But if you had no
for me,
shots on
the
target,
problem
that's
is
nothing to do with your defense, fam.
No. What you're not considering, right, is the impact of taking players out of certain positions. So for me, Liverpool, when we were functioning last season, had Fabinho holding midfield, one of the best in the world in his position. You had Henderson playing his position. If all went well and good, with Thiago in his position on the right hand side of that midfield. Now, what you're looking at today is a classic example, that joke team that played today, yeah? We had two of our best centre midfielders at centre back. Like,
Just
so
to
what
put
that
it-
does to the midfield,
Just to
it
put it
takes
into
away the
context.
balance.
Yeah, just to put it into context for everyone, we're filming as Liverpool just lost to Southampton, so that's the game he's talking about.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, hence the
Thanks.
bottle.
Okay,
so,
say no more.
Bruv, why are you skipping the timeline for, bro? Go.
So anyway, yeah. So like, and looking back here, like not having two of our first centre backs, taking midfielders away from midfield and putting them at centre back, takes away the balance in midfield. So for me, that's where the problem is. Like most games before, we were dominating midfield. That was our big thing. We dominate the midfield. We play in various different ways, and that allows the fullbacks to go forward because we've got two centre backs that we trust one-on-one against two strikers. Now we haven't got that. You're seeing it happen. Like I think it was the Palace game where someone just ran past. I think it was Reece Williams on the right-hand side, and just ran past him, left him behind, and I'm just like, wow. When Van Dijk was there and Gomez was there, Gomez is not the best defender, but he's good one-on-one because of his recovery pace, and that's helped Liverpool play the way that we play. But now we've lost that. It's completely unbalanced the puzzle. So now the midfielders are thinking we can't be progressive. We've got to try and cover the centre backs. And now what I'm seeing is teams play out from the back way quicker against us than they were before. And that for me is the biggest problem. It's dead.
But the thing is, your attackers have also had chances, and they're not putting it away. Like their confidence is shot. Like
Salah, Mane.
There's certain players that are not performing to the qualities that they were performing or the levels. Like Trent. Trent today, I think he's placed 38 passes or lost 38.
I think it was 34, the most this season.
You sure it was 34? The most
Yeah.
season of any player. I mean, and then he got taken off. So that's a very damning stat. I mean, that's showing that it's more than just moving a player from one position, changing him into another. Players are performing under confidence right now. There's no confidence.
I think
Yeah,
the
I
pressure's
feel
too
that
much for them.
confidence has been shot.
Do you think?
I don't think it's the
Kemal made
pressure
a
because
good point.
I think it is.
I don't think so because
last
think about
season,
pressure, right?
Go on.
I was gonna say, thinking about pressure, right? Like we went to a Champions League final and lost, and we went the next season under pressure and we won it, and then the next season we win the Premier League. Like
When the
Liverpool-
final
Yeah, but the next season, hold on.
It was up
The
against
next
Tottenham, that's
season,
not
you
really pressure,
had
is it? It's
you had
guaranteed
an
win.
easy run. That's why there was no pressure in that.
easy run.
Yeah, bruv.
So
Like
who did we beat?
Like even the reason you won the league as well is because you had no pressure from City. The season that you had pressure from City, you man flopped.
Why do
Oh.
you think we had no pressure from City?
So
this
he's
is poor.
So he's saying
This is
easy
dead.
run in terms of like you are far away in points, but in one
Yeah.
way you have to give credit to
There's-
Liverpool because of that, because they earned those points.
We won like 20 games in a
Wow.
row. That's why there was no pressure. But anyway,
Why?
people don't forget.
Okay, cool. Nothing to
That's
do with
kinda
City
why.
losing points because they flopped out. Cool.
City
we don't-
lost points because they're dead food, bro. That's
Okay.
why they.
But
lost
do you know
points.
what I don't understand, Isha? I understand that Liverpool are going through injuries and that's taking a major
Everyone goes
toll.
through injuries. Everyone does.
But what I
Of
don't
course.
but what I don't understand is you beat Palace 7-0 away. I mean, that's a huge result, you know. That's a confidence booster for any team. 7-0
Yeah.
away.
But you see the thing about
you come to
Sorry,
West
sorry, carry
Brom, you draw 1-1 to West Brom, which is one of the worst teams in the Premier
And
League.
Arsenal show you off by battering them. Lord have
Simple,
mercy.
simple.
That's not matter to me. That's
Tell
not
them,
matter
tell
to
them
me.
that.
You drew
Tell
with
them.
Newcastle straight after that 0-0. You don't score a goal. And
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle, again, are not a very great team, you know. And then today,
Mm.
you lose to Southampton. I mean, Southampton played very good. But you expect Liverpool, when they're under pressure, with their backs to the wall, because Manchester United
Mm.
now are equal on points, you expect them to win their game today. So what is going on?
I think it's.
Yeah,
I'll
again-
tell you something else. Yeah, it's individuals like within the Liverpool team because times like this you'd expect individual brilliance to shine, and it's not. And that's the
Not
issue.
from everyone. Well, let me explain. Like Henderson for me has been one of our best players this season. Fabinho at centre back, even though he's not even a centre back, he's been one of our best
Fabinho has
players.
been great, yeah.
He's been amazing.
I think
there.
he's been
And
your
Robertson. Yeah, along with Robertson's been absolutely amazing
Yeah,
on the left.
Robertson has been good.
Trent was disrupted by his long-term injury to his calf.
He's been dead.
But he's been
Dead
horrific.
food, bro.
Yeah.
Dead
Since he came back,
food.
he's been horrific. He's had one really, really good game.
Dead food.
And the rest he's been dead.
Dead food.
But for me, the team's just not functioning as a team, and I feel like it's unbalanced. Like, Liverpool had a complete balance. They knew their roles, they knew what they were going to do, and a lot of that came from having a stable back line. But this season, like, there was one point we didn't have Alisson, we didn't have Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, and Gomez. We didn't have our back five. It was that bad. So for me, I feel like a lot of our issues are coming from that area of the park. Like the way that Liverpool play,
Sure.
right? Fullbacks get forward. Wait, give me one second. The fullbacks get forward, right? The reason they're allowed to do that is because they trust the centre backs and they work with them. But when you've not got a relationship with your centre back, you don't know whether you need to sit back and hold him, or if you're going to go forward and he's going to cover you. So I feel like there's a lot going on there. Like I noticed it and it looks bad. For
But
me,
then
it
my
looks terrible.
counter to that I could say Mane has been poor this season to his
He
standard.
has.
You know,
No, for me, that's not even a counter. That's truth. He's been this season. The first few games he was good, and the last maybe 7 or 8 games he's been way below par.
also Firmino hasn't been good enough as well. Like he started to score, but he hasn't been good enough. Salah has probably been the only one that you've been relying on goals, and Salah also, as well as him scoring, has been missing a lot of important chances for you guys. So
For
it
sure.
seems like the team is just not performing right now.
Well, Salah
Yeah.
hasn't really been out there for the past 2 seasons because last season Mane outshined him and he hasn't really been doing much this season.
Come on, nah, don't do that to him.
Come on, just
Anyway,
come
I just want to ask a question.
Come on,
So-
what? Nah, hold on. We
Just
can't
a
skip
question.
that. We can't skip that madness you're talking
What
about.
madness?
drop
What
Do you
that.
see?
madness?
This
Hold on, let me
is
ask you
why
a
we
question.
say we
Let me
can't
ask
do
you
a
question.
live, bro.
Let
Don't.
me ask you a question. Who was better last season? Mane or Salah?
Salah.
It depends on
What?
what you mean by better.
No.
Define better.
It's debatable.
Are you mad?
They both were amazing. It's debatable. They both
Yeah.
brought different great things to
But
the team.
who was fighting for the
Exactly.
I'm
golden
picking
boot?
Mane or
But Kemal,
Salah last
no, it's not
year.
about picking. The way you dropped
If
it
you-
was
if you have
like
to pick-
Salah didn't do anything for the past
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Did I say
you
that?
said.
Did I
Yeah,
say
that's
that?
did.
I swear
You
you
won
just
the golden
said that.
boot.
You said the last 2
And
seasons.
comment below if Mama
You
did
just
say
said
that.
that. He did say
These
that.
guys, man, we need to keep it. Yes. Anyway,
Anyway.
I have a question. I have a question.
You won the golden boot,
Alright,
but it's
question.
cool.
Come on, go.
But anyway,
So are you basically telling me, because, you know, your analysis, what you just said, yeah? Analysis.
How is analysis, bruv? Oh,
it's calm, innit? It's calm.
go. He's analysis.
Hey,
Go.
I
yo,
want to
you
hit
need
the ball
to
tonight.
I swear, the only person drinking is Ish, bro. You're talking like
I'm
you
a full one to you, my brother.
Go. Quickly, go.
Analysis,
Last
right?
point
You're
for
basically saying
Liverpool.
that Liverpool only have a starting 11 and that their bench, their squad is dead.
No, that's not true. Because it's
Well, you're
centre
just
back
talking
with
about
like,
your starting lineup. That's who you basically named. And
Yeah,
so
but
you're
I'm
saying you
talking
have got no
about-
replacement, so you don't have a
No.
squad.
At centre back, that's where the problem is. At other places, I don't care. But the problem is we're dropping midfielders at centre back because
Okay.
we're underprepared.
All
That's
right.
the problem.
All right.
Now,
all
but
right.
Chamberlain was dead in
All right.
midfield as well.
He just got back from injury. But let's
And
move
when
on from
Jota
that.
was playing, man
Let's
was
move on
scoring.
from
Man needs to get back on TikToks, innit?
Isha, looking forward right now, how do you see Liverpool's season panning out?
A lot of it depends on two things. One, the fitness of Matip, and two, if we sign a centre back in January. If
You're gonna win
Matip
the
stays
league?
fit, or if Matip stays fit and we get a centre back, or even if Matip stays fit, we will win the league. Because for me, the wheels
You're
fell off as soon
confident.
as he got injured.
You're that confident. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You got 2 points in 3 games and you're telling me you're going to win the league. Get out.
Are we still top, bro? Are we still top?
Get.
All right.
we still
All right.
top
Let's
nine?
move on.
With
Let's
the
move
game
on.
in
Let's
hand.
move
United
on.
might jump.
United have got a game in hand, bro.
Yeah.
Let's
we
move
still
on.
top?
Let's
Okay,
move
cool.
on. Let's go to Spurs now. Spurs. You started off actually well in the whole holiday break. You beat Arsenal, London Derby, beat them 2-0, and it was a pretty convincing win. And then after
Convincing.
that, wasn't it?
We drew-
2-0? No?
Yeah, it was 2-0.
We played into their hands. Arteta tactically got it wrong.
You're still
Okay,
shit.
so-
You lost. What
Alright.
does it
Slapped in
matter?
it.
You
Just
lost.
there, you got
But
slapped.
then,
We
but
lost.
then
We
you
never
had.
got slapped.
But then Ben, you guys had a mad period. You drew with Palace 1-1 away. You lost to Liverpool, which was kind of expected. You lost to Leicester. And then you drew to Wolves. And then finally, at the end, the last game that you played, you got a win against Leeds. What happened? Because you
Only
guys
because
were
Leeds
on
never
form.
took their chances.
At one point, we were talking about you guys. You know, you guys were talking about title race and everything. And in a matter of, I don't know.
How many times have we had that conversation?
Let me
with
tell you.
Tottenham?
Let me tell you.
We realised this shit.
Shut up. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Why did you
something.
drop it like that?
Are you not gonna let me speak or what?
Go.
Okay. What team has played more games than Spurs in the Premier League?
What
None.
do you mean?
What?
Overall, we've played more games overall than any other team. Not in the Premier League
this
alone.
season?
No, a team in the Premier League that has played more games in general than in every competition.
I would love to
Spurs
see if you played more than Manchester United.
Yeah,
He's talking
we
about.
did.
He's talking about the qualifications that he had to do for Europa.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 2 extra games.
No, it's not just 2 extra games.
It's 2 extra
Listen,
games.
I am dead.
listen.
No.
Let me
No,
finish.
Go. Let me finish. Go.
Let me finish. Okay. The thing is, obviously, we had a dip. All right. We had a dip as expected. Son and Kane weren't firing. Our tactics were shit. Jose got it wrong a couple of times. Unfortunately. Well,
I've got
okay.
evidence here. It don't say couple.
Okay. It don't matter. Nah, some of those games I think we were a little bit unlucky. That
Which
we
one?
just
Which one? Let me know.
Liverpool, yeah?
Palace,
Yeah.
you drew 1-1.
yeah, because we got unlucky with that penalty in the last minute.
So then later
That was
on, if
unlucky.
I talk about
What about Leicester?
unlucky,
What about Leicester?
Liverpool, we got unlucky because obviously Kane's defending was fucking shit in the
but it's
extra
not
time.
unlucky. It just
That's
means that
not
your
lucky
defending was shit.
No, it's unlucky because it's in extra time, man. Come
You
on,
guys are lost, man. You're lost.
come on.
This guy doesn't know what luck
It
is.
was in extra time, added time. That's some
Luck
FIFA
is when
shit.
Pogba trips himself up and then they get another penalty. That's luck.
That's not luck.
We are
That's a
going to talk
penalty.
about that.
That's a
I'll come
penalty.
back to that.
That's a penalty.
Wow.
Come back to that. We are going to talk
Keep
about
going.
that.
Well, bro.
Keep going, Ben.
The point is, we had a bit of a dip, but I think now we're back. We're back on track. Everything's calm. Don't need
After
to
one
worry.
game.
What do you mean you're back
Yeah.
on track? You won 1 game.
Yeah, we're back on track. I'm telling you, you go and
What
see.
track? To finish in the top 4 or 5?
You go and see, innit? How many points are we from the top? Yeah,
4? 4 points.
No. What do you mean 4?
yeah,
You
it's
4
4
points off
So
the
what
top.
is it? It's 4 points,
Yeah.
bro.
I think it is.
4
Yeah, they're 4
points.
points off.
Really?
4 points. Yeah.
Yeah, not that it matters,
Listen,
bro.
it's close.
But you are chatting like we're out of the race, bro.
We're on 29
It's calm,
points, bro.
innit?
You're Tottenham,
The
you're
top
never
is
in the race.
33.
Do you know what? Do
Ah,
you know what's mad? Do you know
okay,
what's
cool.
mad? Like Man United right now are equal points to Liverpool, and I don't really class us in the race yet. Like I don't, and you're like 4 points behind us, and you're classing yourself in the race. It's mad out here.
Delusional.
No, but listen. It's you as a fan don't classing yourself as in the race, but the reality is, if you're 4 points away, you still got a chance. So I don't understand what the issue is.
No, it's not
What
true.
do you mean
You're
no?
Spurs.
What do you
You
know?
have no history of winning. You have no history of winning.
Ask any professional football analyst will tell you yes.
Do you know what it is, Ben? Do you know what it is? Like
Mathematics.
all the analysis that we've been watching recently, like
What?
that I've been watching analysis.
Okay, cool. Just
I
checking.
didn't say analysis, whatever you said. So all of those pundits that I've been watching, when they're talking about the title race, nobody ever talks about Spurs. they always talk about Manchester City, Liverpool,
You
and
can
then there's a debate: is Man United in it or are they not in it?
Oh,
But
okay,
nobody
you're
ever
chatting
talks-
shit because they were
I'm
just saying
serious.
it. Match of the day we just said it the other day, but it's
No,
cool,
no,
innit?
I know. That's what I said.
Yeah, it's okay, innit?
Said what? Spurs?
Yeah.
When did they say it? For when the
Go
league game?
watch match of the match of the
Was
day.
it Jermaine
innit?
Genius? Who said
No.
it?
Did they laugh
Come
after
on,
they said it?
come
Did they
on.
have a little bit of a laugh?
No,
And
no
then
one
he
laughed.
No. Okay, so you feel Ben? You feel honestly that you guys are in a title race?
Now, listen, I'm not expecting us
He
to.
does. He said this already about
Listen.
6 weeks ago.
Listen. Shut your mouth, bruv. I'll let you speak now. Shut up, innit? Listen. At the end of the day, the reality is we're only 4 points away from top spot, and as we can see from this season, anything can happen. So obviously, I'm like, yo, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to be top 4. Our goal is to win a trophy in the cup game. So that's what we're working towards the most.
Well,
And
sorry,
Jose
did you
has
say
made
your
it very
goal is
clear.
not to win the league? Is that what you just said?
But our priority is to get a trophy, and that's Jose made it very clear. His priority is to get a trophy.
I don't know if their priority is to win.
Jose
I mean,
made
that's
it
a
very
big-
clear.
That would be a
priority
big.
is a trophy, and that's why he's so focused
I
on
agree
Carling Cup and Europa. He's made it very clear. So top 4 and maybe Europa or Carling Cup.
Like
I'm cool with that.
if Spurs finish 4th, let's say, and they win like the Carling Cup or they win the FA Cup,
obviously it's a big
it's kind of
achievement.
it's a successful season
yeah,
for them.
that's the goal. That's the goal this season. So,
And what happens when you don't do that?
but right then we're fucked, innit? Listen,
No, seriously, Spurs
I'm
have
telling
no
you now,
excuse.
we brought Jose
It's
for
every
that
year.
specific reason. If we don't achieve it, yeah.
It's the same with me. It's the same with me. What I've been saying. If we don't achieve top 4 and trophy this season, it's failure. I don't care. Like we have to finish high as well. Like I'm not talking about 4th place. Like 4th place is not enough for me. Like we have to finish high.
Think about it.
And
It's
the trophy-
January. Normally Spurs don't really like buying players in January. Like we don't really. We'll probably do like one deal or something. And right now, Jose is looking at 2 or 3 players. You know. And that just shows how much Jose's been given the freedom to do what the fuck is needed to secure a trophy.
But I also feel like I don't know. I just feel like Jose's done, man. Like I always feel like he's relying always on players, like on buying players. Everything is buying players. Like you have a squad, use the squad. Like
But Jose's always been about quality players from before Chelsea. You know,
But that's why sometimes I understand he won trophies all over the place, amazing. But that's why sometimes I rate managers like Klopp because yeah, they have bought players, but you know they buy players in the right positions that make a huge difference to the team. It's not like let's bring players in and hope for the best. You know, like,
And then that one flops, just replace them a year later.
Yeah.
Like him and Pep do, yeah. I know what you mean.
Jose,
Frank Lampard done this for a whole new team. Hold on. We're leaving out Chelsea.
Oh no,
Let's
we're
go back
coming
to
to
that.
that. We're coming to Chelsea next, bro.
Jose's always been like that. Look what he did with Hazard as well. As soon as a player starts flopping, he just sidelines them and goes into the next one. So
Okay, so just to finish up Spurs then, for you, Ben, how are you feeling going into the second half of the season? Do you feel that Spurs are going to come strong and finish really high?
I think we'll be alright for top 4. I'm definitely confident we'll be alright for top 4.
Whose place are you
It's
going to
not
take
really
in the
high
top
then.
4?
What right now?
Like, whose place are you going to take? You said you're confident you're going to be in the top 4, so who's missing out?
I think we'll take Leicester's space in top 4.
Really?
Yeah.
So who's your top 4?
Right now, probably Liverpool, City, United, and then Spurs.
Did you think he was going to say Arsenal?
No.
I was just checking.
I don't think we're top 4 quality.
No,
of
but
course or
your
not.
face looked like you were hurt a little bit when he said
No, not at all.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit of a dagger go through him.
I'm a realistic
Hey,
fan.
you might
I'm a
concentrate on
realistic fan.
surviving the league first. Bro.
See, then I hear crap like that. You see, we're 6 points behind you. How can you talk? We're 6 points. That's 2 wins, bruv.
Alright, cool. But you lot.
When's the last time you won 2 games in a row?
Do you know what would be mad? If Arsenal finish above Spurs
Fam,
this
2
season,
games. Bruv, we
When's the last
went
time?
we went 10 games unbeaten, bruv. Shut your mouth, fam.
You're talking about 2020, bruv. I'm on
Oh
2020.
wow, wow.
It's not Mustafi 2020 anymore.
Oh, hey, told them.
All right, let's move
Do you
on.
see how gassed this Brehz out, yeah?
Right,
Watch
gassed.
next week, yeah? You'll be crying again.
FA Cup, we got Newcastle. We're good. We're
Okay,
not Liverpool, bro.
let's move on.
Newcastle, you're underestimating them, bruv.
All right, let's move on, guys. Actually, before we get to Chelsea, let's quickly well, not quickly, but let's talk about Manchester United's running over the break. I must say, I'm really happy, really happy with United's performance. We beat West Ham, first of all, 3-1 away. Good result. I mean, it was a tough game, but good result. One thing I'll say going through these results is, what I love is United have found a way to grind out results. I mean, that's something that we were missing for a long time. Since January, you can say penalties all you want, but you're still down there. So I don't really care. Since January,
Man's acting like we're so far down, like we're Arsenal right now. You're down there.
6 points behind you.
Let me mention this. Let me mention this,
6 points,
guys. Because I know what's going to come later. You're going to say, oh, maybe some games you're lucky, this. I just want to point this out and throw it out right now. Since January, no team has picked up more points than Manchester United. I just want you to understand that. That's a serious stat. That's a serious stat. That shows consistency.
Since Bruno.
And it shows the improvement that Oli has made to the team. Let's be real.
It's Bruno.
What do you
It
mean
changed
it's
when
not?
he signed.
it's not-
It's
I don't
all
think it's
him.
Bruno. I don't
I
think it's
can't
Bruno.
even front.
This
It
is the
Bruno.
most bullshit
it's
thing I
changed the
hear.
entire team.
Bruno,
I
of
don't
course,
agree with that.
Bruno, of course, made a huge difference. First of all, he's our player. Second of all, we have to identify a player that will come in like Isha, you guys did with Van Dijk. We can say you won the league because of Van Dijk.
I would take that. That's
What?
what I mean.
But that's a
lie. But that's a
You
lie.
can't write out.
It's not.
There's been games for us.
You can't
where,
write out
like,
Trent.
There's been games for us where Rashford has won the game. There's been games for us where Martial has won game. Cavani.
Yeah, because it's been supplied by Bruno.
But he's
Bruno's
part of the
always
team.
been the creator.
He's
Bruno
part of the
has
team.
always been your creator,
Yeah.
fam.
Okay.
For me,
You know what?
For me, it's Bruno.
For me,
It's a
it's-
pointless argument, you know.
It's
He's
the
a Manchester United
dumbest
player.
It's the dumbest argument from fans you can get because he is part of the team. Oli can come out and say, Bruno, I want you to play on the right side of a forward, or he can tell him, I want you to play on the. But he doesn't. He puts him in his right position and he tells him, you have a free role. Go out and do your thing. Oli is telling him that.
I think he tells only where he plays. He's
That's the
kind of
dumbest.
friend.
That's the dumbest comment you can make. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm playing.
I'm sorry.
But for me, yeah, if you took Bruno, if Bruno right now tore his ACL, you're not finishing 4th at best.
No, I
I'm gonna
disagree.
put it out there.
I don't agree.
I disagree.
Okay.
And do you know why?
So what? You don't think
Let
the
me
squad?
explain.
You don't
Let me
think your
explain.
squad will lose out without Bruno? Yeah.
Of course, we would be weakened. If you look what's
Okay,
happening to
so
Liverpool.
Bruno.
They
Alright,
look
cool.
like
So Bruno.
Liverpool look
Alright,
like West
cool.
Brom right now.
So
without
Bruno.
Van
Okay, that's
Dijk.
deep. Okay, that's
Liverpool look like West
deep.
Brom without Van Dijk. Like
That's below the belt.
what I want to say is, listen to this. Yes, Bruno came in and made a huge difference. I am not taking that away. The difference is his footballing ability, but his mentality more than anything else.
What your game's been like without Bruno?
Listen, let me
Hold on,
talk.
Bruno's been there for a year
Let
now.
me
Why are we still
talk.
talking about him?
That's what I'm saying. People are just hurt. They're
Because
hurt.
he
That's what
spoke
it is.
from January.
We
He said from
brought-
January. That's a year.
we
So
brought-
obviously,
we brought
Come on,
the
like, why are you
player-
talking about that?
Listen, we bought the player who's the best midfielder in the league right now on form, and Brehz are butthurt about that. It's really as simple.
No, we're
as
not
that.
butthurt.
You're
We're not
butthurt
butthurt.
about that.
That's no. Hold on. That's
Thank
not
you,
being
Isha.
butthurt.
At least
Come
it's
on,
being real.
always
Thank
allow
you.
it. It's not being butthurt.
Can
okay?
I finish?
The fact that we're saying is
Can
because
I
Bruno
finish?
is the biggest difference in your team. It's not us
I
being
didn't
butthurt.
disagree with that. I didn't disagree with that. I didn't
You
say
did,
Bruno.
though.
No. Listen, understand English.
Okay.
Isha said
Oh,
the
now
only.
I don't understand.
No.
God damn.
Listen, Isha said the only reason why Man United are like this is because of Bruno. That is a lie.
Okay, what were United like without Bruno?
And what I was gonna say
What United like before Bruno?
We were still challenging. We weren't as good. We weren't as
Challenging
good. I
for
agree with
what?
you. What do you mean? We were in 3 semi-finals last year. What are you talking about?
Bruno came to your team.
Semi-finals?
Listen, when Bruno came in January, that's how you lot got to top 4.
Listen,
okay?
we're-
That's
we're-
how you
we're
lot
saying-
leveled up to top 4
We're saying
because
the same
Bruno
thing.
came into the
We're
squad.
saying the same thing.
Okay,
he made
cool.
a huge difference. We're not saying
Alright,
he didn't
cool.
make a huge difference. What I'm saying right now.
No, but what I'm saying is, you
Oh
said points. Listen, you said
my
points
God.
since January.
When are we gonna
You
start
said,
muting people?
listen,
When are we
always.
gonna
You
start
said
muting
since
people? I forgot about that. We
January,
need to bring that
since
back.
January,
Ben
United
is
have gained the
worst
most
at
points,
debating.
and we said
Ben is
because
the
of Bruno.
worst
We're
at
going from
debating.
January till now.
Ben
Bruno's
is
been
the
in since
worst.
January till now.
Ben
Most
is the
points,
worst.
Bruno plays a part in it. So
Can I
why
talk?
are you disagreeing to that?
Hashtag
Who disagreed? Who disagreed? I'm telling you 10 times.
You said we're butthurt. If you're saying I'm butthurt, that means you're disagreeing.
Why is he talking about?
I am okay. Listen to this. I'm gonna say, Ben. I'm gonna say it slow. Listen.
Okay.
I agree that Bruno has made the biggest difference, but I disagree with the success of United is only Bruno. There's a difference.
No one said it's only Bruno. I just said he's.
Just said it at the beginning. That's how he started the whole conversation. My days.
Why are you so angry for, bro? Chill out, innit?
Because it's fans
you're
like
out
you.
here being like Kev, bro. Man,
Jeez. Kamal is even telling you, and you're not listening. Anyway,
I can see your eye twitching, bro. Chill out, innit?
Can I answer Isha's question? Isha said, or maybe you said it. I don't know. You said what would happen if Bruno gets an ACL or whatever. Which is a horrible question to ask. But anyway, if that happens, you know what I'm happy about? Right now in the team, Bruno has installed a mentality. Whether he's playing or not, he's installed a mentality. Now, I'm not saying we would be exactly the same effective-wise as when he's playing, but I know we would be better than what we were before he came. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? So there would be a difference. Yeah. You're just hating. You guys are just... You can't
that's why I was like, I get it, but it's like Van Dijk for us, like, we lost him, and I feel like we've lost that leadership at the back, whereas, like, we had a mentality, and I feel like we've lost.
But we have Cavani. We have Cavani. That's another thing that people are forgetting about, because, of course, Bruno's getting all the plaudits. You have to also understand, Bruno hasn't been playing well a lot of these games. Like,
thank you. I've been waiting for someone to say that.
He's one of those players that produces. He produces a moment of magic, and that's what's amazing about him. So if he's not playing well, who's playing well around him? There's other players that are playing well around him. There's people that have leveled up.
Fred's been playing well.
Fred has been playing amazing.
Fred has been.
Maguire has been very, very good. Maguire has been very good in the Christmas break. And before that, a month before that,
but he got left quite a few times.
These are his moments.
Moments he got left, and Bailly had to come to the rescue, fam.
You're dying again.
He's been playing good.
It's been 3 games. That's why I don't want to get too gassed. It's been 3 games.
The past few games.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just like Pogba. Pogba's been
before Van Dijk went off sick, I swear Van Dijk was winning like 5-1 against Maguire.
You see, what did he just say? Someone please explain to me what he just said.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Isha, explain to me what he just said. Hold on, Isha, what did he say?
I got lost in the moment, so I don't know what's happened.
Cool.
Before Van Dijk was injured.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's move on. Nobody knows.
Okay.
No one knows what you just said.
It's cool, isn't it? You want to ignore me? That's cool. Keep going.
No. Go. Say it. Go.
Now fuck off. Let's go to Chelsea, innit?
I wasn't even gonna go to Chelsea. I was just gonna say United beat West Ham, drew to Man City, which was. You know, I hated that because it was so negative, even from City. City also went defensive against us, and that said something, you know? And then we went to Sheffield United, beat them, Leeds 6-2, beat Leeds 6-2. That's an impressive result. I don't care what anybody says. And then we drew against Leicester. We kept a clean sheet
against Leeds, I'm just saying.
Listen to this. We drew to Leicester, and everyone keeps on talking about United getting, luck with penalties or whatever like that. But with Leicester, we should have won that game. With Vardy, that last thing, his shot was going wide. And of course, luck went on their side. It deflected off Twanzebe and it went in. But nobody will talk about that. They will only talk about the luck that goes in United's way. I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, we drew it. We dropped points. Wolves. We beat Wolves away. Wolves beat Chelsea. Did Wolves beat you as well, Spurs?
No, I drew.
Okay, you drew with Wolves. You couldn't beat Wolves. How about you, Liverpool?
We smacked them 4-0.
Thank you. That was a great result. And then Arsenal.
He tried. He was like,
I'm trying to remember.
We drew.
Arsenal lost, bro.
No, you lost.
You
lost.
I think the last minute goal. Yeah.
So I just wanted to show how good that result is, because a lot of people drop points against them. And then lastly, Villa, one of the best teams in the Premier League on form right now. It was a great game, and they played very, very well. And we managed to grind out a result against them. So I'm just saying, I'm happy with the trajectory that the club is going in right now. Like, we may change managers at the end of the season.
That's because you're not in Champions League anymore.
But you're not. You weren't in all this run. You weren't in the Champions League.
No,
Liverpool went in the Champions.
They had 2 more games.
We were in Europa.
Oh, you had 2 more games. That's why life was difficult. Sorry, bro. Sorry. So
Can I just say one thing about United? Sorry.
Go.
Like one thing that, which is why I'm asking you guys a lot in the WhatsApp group about, do you believe you're challengers? Because you guys are getting lucky. Liverpool, when we won the league, we got very lucky in a lot of games. There was a lot of games we should have not have won,
Sure.
and we won.
Like Everton, I remember that one.
Yeah, and Newcastle, that last minute header.
I
There
remember.
was so many like that, and like I see United getting results like that.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like when I was saying in the group, it's championship form. Like the games that you guys are winning where you shouldn't win, those points add up. So for me, that's why I was like, as much as I don't like to say it, I feel like you guys are very much in this title race because you are winning these type of games in ways that champions do. You grind it out when you're not playing well and you get the result over the line. So for me, that's a very, very big thing that you guys are doing.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Luck or not.
I mean, you got a good point. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because, in one way, like I said earlier on, we've been one of the most consistent teams since January up until now. But in another way, I'm worried that because United consistency has been their biggest issue. For the last 3-4 years, it's been consistency. So I don't want to get too gassed and say that we are in a title race when I know we could be shot straight back down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I want to
Sure.
see is we need to go, for you to be champions, you have to go to the likes of Liverpool and beat them. You have to go to the likes of City and beat them. That's it. I'm not mentioning any of the other teams. So until we do that,
because you lost to Spurs. Alright, cool.
until we do, look, Kemal, do you remember at the beginning of the season, the first 2 weeks, I said to you, I'm writing these 2 weeks off because we have no fitness and we're going to
no
lose
more.
games. Thank you very much.
Say no
So,
And you only mentioned clubs that could actually win the league. That's why you left out other ones, which I respect that Arsenal ain't going to win the league. But obviously,
Fair enough.
the
It weren't-
delusional
it weren't a
Tottenham
cuss.
guy had to talk. It's normal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kemal.
Say no more.
So, Isha, I hear what
Okay.
you're saying. I'm not going to get guessed.
You know when my man
I
had
wanna-
to go for the other North London team to get some help.
I want to see how we do against you because you guys are the champions, and I want to see how we do against City when we come and play them next. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm
Okay, so
excited
you don't want to
going
see how you do against Spurs
I hear
at
you.
Spurs. Alright, cool.
No, bro, because
cool.
you know what? I'm not saying
No, we don't mean nothing. It's cool, innit? It's alright, I get it.
playing Spurs is like playing Everton and playing flipping.
Wow.
You could lose, but you'll be
That's what I'm
disappointed.
saying.
when them
I'm
ones-
not cussing, Ben.
Oh,
You are
wow.
not Ben. You
Speaking
are
the
not
truth.
one of the. You're not one of the top clubs. I am not looking at you as a City or a Liverpool. I'm sorry.
That's
bro.
offensive. Fuck you, innit? That's offensive.
You can say
That's offensive, bro.
you can say F you if you want, but that's what it is.
I am saying
you
it.
guys play the worst
I'm not
football.
mean it.
You guys play the worst football in the Premier League. Well, I don't know
true.
about. Maybe there's 2 or 3 teams that play worse than you.
The
but
same
you got-
football you guys used to play with Jose. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't have him now, so I'm happy.
But we get results.
Oh wait, so I'll
Get
say you that one.
results.
Jose actually won trophies with United.
Yeah, but has
He's the one
has
wrong.
Jose been there long enough with Spurs like he was with
That's what we're
How
saying.
long was that United?
Jose's first season.
Okay,
wasn't it?
again,
Jose's
come
first
out
season,
blurting
he won.
out things just to defend Brehz.
Anyways,
I'm
Not
not
anyway,
defending, I was
thinking.
giving
That's
facts.
cool. No, it's not
The
facts.
show will be
Of course
a little bit longer. The
No.
show will be a little bit longer because we're rounding up all the
No.
results. Let's go.
Has
go
Jose
to.
completed a full season at Spurs? No.
It's really hurt, huh? Damn.
No. Has Jose completed? No, because you lot are just letting Kemal get away with this shit. I'm tired
Getting
of
away
it.
with it. It's
You're
your
on the winning streak, man. Let them have their moment.
Ben. It's in
I
your,
don't even need
Ben,
a moment, bruv. I'm cool.
It's in your DNA,
I won a
Ben.
trophy last year. What did you win?
Okay.
It's in your
Okay.
DNA, Ben.
Hey.
Okay. Cool. We're about to
Chelsea.
change.
Let's quickly just talk about Chelsea because I wish Kadus was here.
Now,
It's
fuck
kind of lame
Kadus.
that he's not.
Sorry,
I
excuse
wish he
my
was
language.
They started off against Leeds 3-1. They won. Okay. Then they lost to Everton 1-0. They lost to Wolves 2-1. They lost. They beat West Ham, so you thought, oh, okay, they got it back. Then they lost to Arsenal 3-1.
Whoa.
I hate
1, 2,
Chelsea
3.
for being
In
the
the place to
team.
be.
I hate Chelsea for being the team that gave Arsenal their confidence back.
Gave them life, man. Gave
And
them
then-
life.
Not life.
And then they drew against Aston Villa.
Gave you
And-
life, fam. You are out here like a dead walking zombie, fam.
And then
And then-
about Chelsea. Why are you
and
still
then-
talking?
and then
Man
they got-
United is not on you.
And then they got
Stop.
destroyed by Manchester City. Destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah,
3-1.
they
At
got
home.
a couple fingers between the toes. That was crazy.
Yo, Chelsea are in a bad place. Like
Can
Lampard.
I give you some stats on Chelsea? Just real
Go on,
quick.
go drop it.
This
I wanna hear this.
season, yeah.
Man did his
6
homework,
different
you know.
clubs. 6 different clubs has scored 3 goals past Chelsea. 6.
That's terrible.
And
you
we're
know
barely
what?
halfway.
One of them was West Brom.
You know what? We have to ask.
When it was Arsenal.
Jeez.
Should Lampard keep his job?
Hell no, come on now. How is he still in the job?
Brehz were talking about Lampard. Brehz were talking about Lampard.
Lampard or Arteta?
I always said,
Arteta right now.
I said, remember, Kemal, I was one of the ones that backed Arteta, even though the times when you guys were.
Even Kemal was like
I think even
Arteta
Isha was as well. Isha was as well,
Yeah.
saying that we have to give him time, even if it is like this. Like, there's no way that he's gonna.
Kemal was Arteta
players.
out, but he wants to deny it now.
I think
What are we gonna
Arteta's
talk
better than
about?
Lampard.
Hold on.
Me too.
I've been saying Lampard was the worst from day one. Since this.
No. I agree with you.
I'm not saying you didn't say that. I'm just saying you are Arteta out
Lampard,
still.
this guy, when are we going to talk about man spending over 200 mil?
Look,
And the team's still dead.
All I'm saying,
when is that going to happen?
all I'm saying is, I think the reason why he's not playing the right players that need to be played is because he's trying to prove to people my signings can do it. And
Yes.
But hasn't he got the worst stats right now compared to all the Chelsea managers?
Yeah, he's the
Of the
bomb.
last,
He's
what,
done the
14
worst.
years?
He's the 14 years. He's been the worst Chelsea manager.
But Kadus, like Kadus says, trust the process, innit? Trust the process.
To be honest, I can see Kadus now, like, admitting defeat. I can see it in his voice now. You don't think so?
No,
He's
getting
getting
there.
there.
Wouldn't.
I think he's getting there. I'm starting to hear things like
He's disguising it. He's just like, yeah, we deserve it. We were abysmal, but trust the process. That's how
One of
he
the
is
worst
right
things
now.
that could have happened to Kadus was Kai Havertz getting an assist, because that gave him hope. That's one of the worst things that could happen to that guy, man.
Kai Havertz is struggling hard.
Everyone's struggling at
It's
Chelsea.
bad.
Timo Werner is
Werner.
struggling hard.
They don't know what they're doing. I don't
Yeah.
think there's a game plan.
They're dropping Giroud. Giroud is their best player.
Even
They drop
Thiago
him.
Silva is
And
struggling.
then what do they do when they drop him? They put in crosses into the box. What
Don't make
sense is that?
It don't make sense.
And
And
then-
we all know
There's no
Giroud
direction.
scores.
With no
there's
Giroud.
Mendy's suspect a little bit for me as well. He's been doing some suspect things recently. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
His passing out from the back is a little bit on the weird
Yeah.
side, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's off key.
Thiago Silva is showing the slowness now in defense.
Yo, I feel sorry for Kante, man. I feel sorry for Kante.
But even Kante even like had some dodgy
Kante,
moments
yeah,
in the last
Kante.
game.
Against City, he was.
Yeah,
all
he
over
was
the
getting
place.
destroyed in that game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he was chasing shadows.
I don't think personally. I don't think Lampard can get them out this. Like, I don't think Lampard will get them trophies this season. I don't think Lampard will make them finish high this season. Like,
I agree.
Like, is there anyone who
Lampard's
disagrees
not a
with
good
that?
manager.
Tactically,
He hasn't got,
he
like-
hasn't got the experience.
Yeah, he
If-
doesn't for me.
if
He
Kane
hasn't
was
got
on
the tactical experience to study the opponents and know how to deal with it, especially in the game. He hasn't got that. I haven't seen him being able to make tactical change within the game to say, okay, this isn't working. Let me put these players on, switch the style of play, switch the formation to get us something back. Do you know what I mean? Like the last game,
Yeah.
he should have put Giroud on. He should have put. You know what I mean? It's just like, what
But
you
just to
doing?
be a devil's advocate, if Kadus was here, he would say Lampard, he reckons, will be a good manager in the future. Right now, he doesn't have enough experience, and that's why he's struggling. What do you guys say to that?
But then he shouldn't be at Chelsea.
Why did he get given
He
Yeah.
the job?
shouldn't be at Chelsea because that's not what Chelsea are about, is it?
Get it at Schalke. Go Bundesliga, go Schalke, or go to a
Disrespect the
Porto.
Bundesliga.
Look at the history.
Schalke.
Listen,
Go to a lower team
Chelsea,
abroad.
He's a
Get
mess.
Chelsea have always had a history of picking managers that have winning experience already. They took a gamble with Lampard because of how much he did
Matteo.
for the club.
Di Matteo.
I'm gonna say it, yeah.
Oh, no, he was
Oh,
interim.
they had Boas.
interim.
Did they have Boas from
Yes, they
Chelsea?
If he
Yeah.
wasn't
Boas, yeah.
English, he would be sacked right now. Yeah, let's all say it how it is. Frank
Okay.
Lampard
And a Chelsea
got
legend.
given-
If he wasn't a
Both
Chelsea
of us.
legend, he'd be gone.
Another point Kadus will probably say is our team needs time to gel. That's why we're in this rut right now.
No. How much time do you need? Like, to get...
They're
like,
getting
what's
worse.
the specifications
They're
right
getting
now?
worse. Normally, you start
Yeah.
bad and you get better. They started okay. Now they're getting worse.
Yeah, you need a minimum level. Like, if you've got a team that's performing at a certain level and you improve it and they're playing worse than they were before, you can't say nothing to that. They're playing worse than last year with better players. Like, there's no gelling about that.
They signed players. They signed players way early before like early into the
Exactly.
transfer window. They had time
Exactly.
to train together,
Especially
everything. Come
Verma.
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
They
Some of the
started
players
off
they
bad,
signed them in
they
January
started
last
playing
year.
okay, they've gone bad again. They're not good.
There you have
Lampard
it.
is not good.
There you have it. Okay, well, I think that's a good place to end the show, and then hopefully Kadus will come back next week and try and defend his team. But there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know what you think about today's show. Let us know if you think some of these results will continue for some of these teams. Will some of these teams, like Chelsea, come out of the rut? Will United
Who's fighting for
continue
relegation?
this amazing
Chelsea or Arsenal?
Don't bring us into that. Please, don't do it.
Make
Don't
sure-
disrespect us, yeah?
form? Make sure you
One team
guys.
spent 250 mil and is dead. Okay,
Make
cool.
sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you guys follow all of our pages. Thank you guys for joining us, and happy New Year to everybody out there. And we'll keep seeing you as the games start coming up for the second.
2021
half of the season.
Mustafi, yeah?
Thank you very much. Goodbye.